Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, Miss.
Okay, this evening we are going to be going over a few objectives. And in those objectives, I wanted to address the change of date for your presentations. That some of you have been scheduled to present your case studies on the 19th. However, you should be aware by now that due to the passing of the Queen, that day has been published as a holiday. So your case studies would have been moved back. And so you'll see the updates on Moodle when you go into your schedule. We're going to continue with our team building activity. And this time, instead of doing it together as a class, I wanted to split you into smaller groups so that you have control over the activity. We will be having our first case study presentation, followed by the discussion questions, and then the other two case study presentations will come after we've spoken about some of the expectations for research. The reason why we'll be discussing that in this week is because I won't be seeing you next week. So I wanted you to have just a summary of some research guidelines so that you're prepared. Sending you the presentation link, and in there you will see the slide that says team building activity. And that's what you will use instead to access that group link. I want to see which group will be able to figure out this puzzle that we started last class in under 10 minutes so that we can look at the answers or the responses that each of you were able to come up with. Okay, so I'm going to put you back in those random assigned groups. This is not your practical project groups. And let's see which of your teams can figure it out quickly.
Hi,
room 1. I was just checking if you guys were able to access it.
No, Miss.
No, missed the presentation.
It's still not opening for you?
We just see a PowerPoint presentation.
And when you click on the links in that slide, do you, let me see if I can share my screen for you.
Okay.
All right, let's see. It's one right here. And yes. So right here where it says OS2.1, you should be able to click on each of those little links. Are you seeing that? And then
Yes, Miss.
Cmps team building. Are you room 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you click on group 1 and then it will open up with the calendar, and you have you should be able to move it around. So let me see if you're able to access that. Is it opening for you when you click on it?
Yes, Miss, mine is open.
All right, you guys are in. Okay. Hi, room 7. Just checking if you were able to access the file. Are you guys finished? Anthony, Brandon, Ronell, you guys finished?
Miss, I just joined in, miss. I was
Hey,
having
Miss Bennett, I just joined too, Miss.
Okay, that's what happened. What happened? I was in some of the breakout rooms. Let me assign you to a team.
Okay, miss.
Okay, before I do, let me just show you what's happening. We are doing the activity that we started last class, so we didn't get to finish. And I shared my PowerPoint with the class. So I'm going to give you the link. And when you come in, you're going to click on the group number that you are assigned to and open the PowerPoint that has in the calendar. So if you're in group 7, for instance, you just click on group 7 and then you try to see if you can figure that out in under 10 minutes. I'm trying to see which team is going to finish first. All right, so. Okay, I just shared the PowerPoint link in the chat. So you want to open that PowerPoint and then I'm going to assign you to groups.
Okay, miss, got it.
Hi, Brandon. Were you guys finished?
I was waiting for you to assign me to a group and no option appeared on my screen. Not sure if you really did that or is it something with my Wi-Fi connection? Because for some reason it's acting.
Oh, it might be your Wi-Fi because I have you in group 6, you and Tyler. Let me try adding adding you to another group. Let's see. All right, do you see the invitation?
Right.
Miss, you could please put me in a group 3, please. Good night, miss. Sorry about the lateness.
All right. Okay, you should be seeing the invitation now.
Sorry, Mr. Group. I there with Ronel and I think I did the wrong group, miss. Hold on. Signal a 5.
No, we're randomly assigning you for this one. This isn't your project group.
Okay then, sure.
No. All right, Miriam. So we have room 1 in first. We're going to check your answers when everybody's back, okay?
Yes.
So room 1 finished first. I'm going to ask one member from room 1 to share their screen with us and show us what solution they came up with.
The link, not in the chat again.
Okay, let me share it one more time. If you remember the room you were in, then you could just click on the slide to take you to that room.
Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay, so one person explain the steps that you went through to get your answer and why you think your answer is correct.
This we started first with choosing February, and then the pattern we use is we continue from the last day in the month, and January was the last calendar that we posted, and we think that it's correct because the pattern worked for us.
All right, thank you, Randy. Let's see from what group 2 did. All right, I won't tell you the answer just yet. I want to hear from all groups. Group 2?
Yeah, right now, Miss, I'll share my screen when the person stops. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, right now. So we did the same. Well, I had to do this last minute because we started off late. We didn't have the link. I mean, some of us entered the class late. But anyways, we did the same. We found February. And then we just followed the pattern where we noticed the ending of the month and the beginning of the month, and just put them together like that. So I think it's correct. It looks correct. I'm not sure if it is.
Okay. So we saw 2 groups. Let's hear from group 3.
Miss Tai, unfortunately, like I had someone in my room and then they left, and then we had another person join, but then they were pretty lost. So then well, we just decided I'm not using my computer at the moment, but I'll turn on my camera and then I'll put it facing the computer and then I'll show you the what I have. Okay. Okay, so this is what I have for the, I'm not sure if you can see it.
Yes, I'm seeing it.
Okay, this is what I came up with. And then the process basically was to first identify which one was February, because that is in fact the only one with the only month with 28 days. And then from there it was more of a trial and error type where you have to continue from where February left off. So if February ended on a Friday, then you have to identify which comes next, and also by using the strategy of knowing what is, well, the steps that is how do you call it, when it says that the 31 days, the month that has 31 days and the one that have 30 days, so then you can identify, okay, so this cannot be the months that have 30 cannot be March, so then you have to go ahead and figure out, okay, so then this might be March or this one might be March because it has 31 days. So then that was basically the steps that I followed to solve this.
Thank you. Let's hear from the next group. That was group 3, so group 4.
Fidel, you'll share it or?
Hello, una cosa más bien.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, we started by identifying where February was, as it was the only month that had 28 days. And then similar to the other groups, we went by the days where the month ends. So the other months should start. So if February ended on a Friday, then we assume that March ended on Saturday. But we also cross-checked with the number of days in each month that it matches with the, for example, March has 31 days, so we cross-checked it and we believe that everything matches. So that's the process that we took.
Thank you, group 4. Group 5.
Hi, Miss. I'm sharing my screen right now. Okay, so what we did was establish February from the get-go because I think we all agreed that that was the easiest month to point out. So we put that here, and then that helped us determine our January because we said, okay, well, if February begins on a Saturday, that means January has to end on a Friday. And we confirmed, well, I was using my phone, so we confirmed what each month, how many days each month has. So we found out, okay, January has 31, then January, March, April, May, just like that, we went along using the days, and then we just put it in the correct order. And we just made sure that wherever each month ends, the other one begins on the day after, the day following, I should say.
Okay, who's next? All right, I think group 6 was the one having technical difficulties, so we're going to move on to group 7.
Comments. Are you guys seeing my screen? Are you able to see my screen, miss?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so this is what we ended with. Basically, we didn't have much time to do the information, but on the last class, I practically did the information. So we started as everyone else know that February was easy to identify due to the number of the week. So what step we take? First, review the information provided, decided it's the months of the year via the number of the box and the days of each box. And then I'm not sure if everyone knows this, but on primary school we learned a song, something like 30 days have September, April, June, and November. All the rest are 31s except February, which is a leap year. We learned this primary school, so I used this information I had, and the rest of the group started with February, same like us, and then we located the 4 months, which is the that has 31 days, and then we started with January by locating at the end of the month. So this is February, so it ends on Saturday. So for our January had to end on Friday, so it can match. And then after that, we just went along with the change. So it was like a dominoes. That was it.
All right. So I like that each of you were able to share your process. Now I'm going to share with you what your calendar would have looked like All right, so for this one, you'll notice that both the red calendar and this green one, they're basically the same thing. So if you had the red or the green to start with, your answer would have been the same. Oops. But this is, apart from that exception, you would have had the other colors going as you see on the screen. I remember doing this same activity with one group of students, and they made a clock out of it. I don't remember what was the process that they used, but instead of arranging it in months, they arranged it in order of time. And I really don't remember how they did that one. But you must be saying, okay, Ms. Lambe, what does this have to do with business processes? We know what the days of the week are. We know what the months of the year are. Why are we doing this activity? Well, in looking at business processes, we are identifying steps. We're identifying what are the relevant things that we would have to do to achieve certain things within our organization. What kind of information are we working with, and how does this flow? We also look at collaboration and the different tools that we use to collaborate. A while ago, several persons used different strategies to share with us the information. Some use the cameras on their phone. Some use their phones to share instead of a laptop. Some had tablets. And everybody was still able to achieve the objective because you know how to collaborate using digital tools. Right now, we're using the video conferencing tool Zoom to make this collaboration happen. And in tonight's case study, we're going to learn a little bit more about other video conferencing tools. But I use this example to summarize this chapter 2, as we looked at information, especially information technology, and the types of information that will be used within an organization. And not only sharing of information, but also how we collaborate as teams. We are all in different districts, probably different locations, of course. And we're all in different places. Some might be in their kitchen, some in the bedroom. Somebody might even be in the bathroom right now. But everybody is able to collaborate because of the tools made available. When people started working from home due to the pandemic, we saw that it was possible to work from home. And traditionally, employers expected you to be in an office behind a desk because that's the only way they could verify that you were actually working. The pandemic opened opportunities for us to find other ways to still achieve our work and our work objectives. And employers learned that you can be flexible within an organization. But it meant that structures had to change. In bureaucracies, we needed to become more of vertical structures where we don't just leave everything up to senior management alone, but we rely on some of our middle managers or supervisors there to make decisions instead of waiting for every single decision to come from senior management. We have to learn to adapt. So our first presenter tonight will be Kyler, and I'm going to ask her to share her screen.
Miss, will you take attendance or no?
Yes, I was taking attendance while you guys were in your groups. So I just need to verify. While Kyler is getting her screen up, let me just verify. Kian, are you here? No? Okay. Shamika?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Martha? Martha is not here. Anthony?
Here, miss.
Okay. Kenya?
Here, miss.
Chelsea?
Present.
Sophia?
Miss Melanie stated that she had a family emergency, so she had to lift the class.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. Daniel? Araceli? Santiago? And Kayleigh. Okay, those are the persons that I was just verifying. All right. So Kyler, you can go ahead.
Good night, Miss. Just trying to bring up my screen. So. You're seeing it now, right? Good?
That's correct.
Okay. Sorry about that. Good night, class. Good night, Miss. I'll be presenting on technology video conferencing, something for everyone. Just a summary of the case study that I got. Produban is a Grupo Santander's technology company which specializes in continuous design and operation of IT infrastructures. It was the first company to deploy Cisco's IX5000 telepreference system. This system created a collaborative environment and helped Produban bring people together and make better decisions faster. Produban service more than 120 companies in areas such as data center design and operation, IT infrastructure design and operations of a service, IT platform design and operations of a service, technology risk management and business continuity, and management of end users, computing mobility and self-service management. More than 5,500 employees working in 9 different countries. They have invested in 76 of Cisco's telepreference rooms worldwide. Question number 1, comparison between Cisco IX5000 telepreference and Logitech Smart Dock systems. How do they promote a collaboration and innovation? In comparison to earlier technology, Cisco's IX5000 is a reasonably priced video conferencing solution. 3 high-resolution cameras, Cmps, surround sound, and room for up to 18 participants. It is possible to have a very high in-depth experience thanks to the motion capture and participant detection. It costs between $299,000 to $339,000, can be erected in about 8 hours, which is twice as quick as earlier technologies and consumes 50% less energy. While the Logitech Smart Dock systems aren't attached to conference rooms permanently, they can conduct candidate interviews, hold meetings and other activities because they are mobile. Through the Microsoft-owned Skype for Business, it is connected to Surface tablets and is compatible with Microsoft applications such as Microsoft Office. This makes real-time document editing and sharing possible. Additionally, it works with Logitech conference cameras and costs between $1,999 to $3,999. A more faster, mobile, accessible, and scaled-down approach of video conferencing and collaboration that can be used with cell phones and PCs. Both technologies foster collaboration, each in different ways. When someone is using the whiteboard, the Cisco IX5000 enables your video toggling between participants, while the Microsoft Office compatibility with the Logitech Smart Dock system provides productivity and video conferencing with a single click. Question number 2. Why would a company like Produban want to invest in a telepresence system such as Cisco IX5000? And B, how are video conferencing technology and telepreference related to Produban's business module and business strategy? With more than 5,500 employees working in 9 different countries, Produban services more than 120 companies in areas such as data center design and operation, IT infrastructure design and operation as a service, IT platform design and operations as a service, technology risk management, and business continuity and management of end users, computing mobility, and self-service management. The company is dedicated to technology innovations and continuous improvement. B, by using Cisco IX5000 system, Produband brings people from all over the world together to make better decisions faster and more effectively. Over the years, it has invested in 76 of Cisco telepreference rooms worldwide. The IX5000 technology has a lower total cost of ownership and can be installed into a space as small as 19 by 14 feet, with 50% less power usage, 50% less data transmission capacity, and half the installation time for earlier systems. Question number 3. Why would King Country, Washington, want to implement a Logitech Smart Dock system? And what business benefit did it obtain from using this technology? The company that operates in multiple locations with a large number of staff would be able to benefit from the telepresence service. This can be a great way to have meetings with all members of staff regardless of their location. This would also eliminate the need of people to travel to attend meetings. Companies with operations spread out over many sites like auto manufacturers can profit from employing telepresence. People utilizing Cisco IX5000 may now solve problems or take advantage of opportunities without ever having to physically meet up in person from a different place. The relation to Belize. This type of infrastructure is already having a major impact in Belize, especially due to the recent pandemic outbreak, COVID-19. Several companies have begun taking advantage of this type of system. While it may not be the same specific system and a cheaper alternative, it is still being utilized for the same purpose. Some of these that we find that we would use in Belize would be Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Google Meetings, similar to what we're using here at UB to host classes. This allows organizations to call spontaneous meetings and discuss urgent matters with members of staff from branches for a more real-time interaction. That's it. Any questions?
Fantastic presentation, Kyler. If you could give the class 1 or 2 points that you'd like them to remember now that you've concluded your presentation, what would they be?
With the change of technology and how the world is revolving in today's world, we see that technology is taking over in multiple ways. And one of them is right here that we're using, for instance, how the University of Belize has now been able to offer much more classes online, because with the use of Zoom and Google Meets, and with just keeping everyone updated, we see that we have students attending UB from like Corozal, Toledo, which makes us be able to reach out to a wider market in terms of students and getting them educated. Technology keeps on growing. It would be good for us to keep updated with what's happening and stay abreast of all the new technologies that there is being offered at the moment.
Thank you so much. Now I'd like to take us over to the course page, and you should be seeing the course facilitators and syllabus page. Is that what you're seeing right now?
Yes, miss.
Okay, great. So in the groups link, there are a few persons who are not aware, and I'd like to make sure everybody in the class is aware. This workbook has 3 sheets. The first one is just your group list. The second one is the list of case studies so that you can be aware of where we are and who is doing what. Tonight, we should have Tyler as well as Alyssa presenting. Tyler has already presented. And then the third sheet has the live session recordings. So you can always come here to click on the different weeks. We have 3 things that we do in class. We have theory weeks, practical weeks, and research weeks. Or research sessions, practical sessions, and theory sessions within the week. We are at the week 4 to 6 section of this chart. And so far we've had 2 sessions for week 4. We've had 1 session, this is our second session for week 5. And then next week, because of the holiday, we won't be having a session. So quickly, I'd like to just show you one of the things I'd like you to do, which we would have covered in next week session. All right, so I'd like to just briefly share with you how to use Google Scholar. And I know we mentioned it in our session the last time we met for research. So in the URL, we're going to type scholar.google.com. This is one way that you can access it. You can also look for the applications button and look for it there. But I find it easier to just type in the URL, scholar.google.com. And it will open up your Google Scholar search page. Now you might be asking, Ms. Lambe, what's the difference between Google search and Google Scholar search? Well, this is a search for scholars. This one gives you the specific articles that have been published by persons who are academics, and that's what you're looking for. You are looking for academic papers, and that's why we're using Google Scholar and not just plain old Google. When you come in here, you will be able to find a wide array of resources. And we'd like you to categorize these resources that you find, especially those pertinent to your research, and put them in folders in your Google Drive. So let me show you my Google Drive folder. I have a folder just for this class, and in there I have a folder called research. In my research folder, I will be demonstrating some of the folders that I'd like you to also prepare. So I simply click on the new button, new folder, and I'm going to call this literature review. Okay, there we are. So I have one folder, but I'll be creating some more folders inside of this. So this is my directory, and I'll be adding some more folders. The first folder that I'd like to create is one called Information Success Model, right? And inside of this, I am going to look for papers that I can upload and put in this folder that are speaking about information success models. So let's create that IS success model. There we go. So I'm going to go over to Google and type the same thing, Google Scholar, information systems success model. All right. Now Google Scholar shows me so many articles that I can use, but I need to be very selective in my search. This article here was cited by 1,092 persons. So this seems to be pretty popular. And this one was 2605. So we have another popular article. We have 2171 here. So we're noticing this one was only by 107 persons. So this one wasn't so popular. We look at the citation numbers. So the citation just tells us how many people referred to this article when they were publishing their research or their literature review. And you're going to bear that in mind as you find a paper that you'd like to reference. You look at the version numbers. This one had 8 versions, so it shows they keep revising this document. This one had 11 versions, 5 versions, 4 versions. This one had 27 versions. Wow. And all of these gives you some information on what you're looking for. Now, the last column gives you an indication of whether or not you will have to download a document or not. Those that have a link to the site usually give you an indication if it's a PDF that you can download, or in this case, it's an HTML document. A PDF as well, the HTML would just be the web page. So let's say that I'm interested in this second one by Springer. So I can click on it. And notice some of these, there might be some restrictions. So as you go through, you will check to see, is this one that I have to pay for or can I get it for free? Now notice when I click on the download link, it gives me the document. I can now download this document, save it to my computer, and then later upload it in this folder called Information Success Model. That's how you will be able to categorize the articles that you're saving in your folder. The next type of folder that I would like to create is the folder called Information Success Model. And then notice I have in red your classification. If you are, for example, studying UB's information system model, which is a learning management system, that's the classification. You might have a different classification of information system that you're studying for the organization that you selected. When you know the classification, then you can type that in to your folder name as well as your Google Scholar search. Let's go ahead and create that folder. Now, I'm calling it an LMS because I'm going to be working with Moodle, and Moodle is a learning management system. So let's see what Google Scholar has to say about LMSs. And there we see quite a bit of articles again. So we look at the citation numbers, 136, only 3 persons cited this second one. This one doesn't even have a number. 109 by 4. So we're going to look for the more popular articles and then download it so that we can read it later on. This one, I only clicked on the document link, so it takes me straight to the document instead of the website. That's something you can also do. You can download it and add it to your folder for future reference. All right, so in this folder, you will have all the documents that are related to that specific information system, but it also looks at Information Success Model. That's 2 folders. The third folder you want to have is an Information Success Model for developed countries. And finally, you want to do the same thing for your specific type of information system. So let's create those 2 folders. Sorry. All right, so now that I have my folders created, it helps me to narrow my search. And we do the same thing. We type in the keywords that we're looking for, and then we go and we make our search. One thing you need to have in each of these folders are 10 articles relevant to the search query that you put in. So this folder will have 10, this folder will have 10, this will have 10, and this one will have 10. Just in case you are wondering if it's 10 overall, each folder will have 10. You have 5 group members, some of you have 4, and among the 5 or 4 of you, you should be able to come up with articles for each of the categories that you can use as reference. Now, what does the literature review entail? What you're actually doing is looking at what people have said, summarizing it, and finding points from it that will help you to be able to write about the type of information system and what factors makes using those information systems successful. So as you read, you're reading, asking the question, what are the success factors of this type of information system? How is it successful in these countries? You can also search for it in developing countries because we're in the Caribbean region, Central American region, and we have to find out, okay, how does this apply to us? For that reason, you have the reading assignment, IS Research, how to conduct a literature review, which is on Moodle. And that's right here under the URL IS Research, how to conduct a literature review. You can always peruse that document and you have a whole week off. So you'll be able to read that up. So when we meet on the 26th, I believe it is, you can tell me what you read and what you understood. So the two important dates, your practical projects are due on the 18th and your literature review, just a summary, a rough draft. This doesn't have to be in any way a completed document, but I want proof that you read something and that you understood something from those categories of folders and research that you had to do. Perhaps each of your group members can pick a category and just write what they understood about information success factors in both developed and developing countries. Another team member might be able to speak about how it applies to the learning management systems. Another might speak about just general success factors for information systems. And another might speak about the specific system that you're using. What are the success factors for those? So that is for you to work on until we meet again. All right, let's go right back into our presentations. So the next person, if I'm not mistaken, is Alyssa. Let's just check our list. Yes, Alyssa. All right, let me stop sharing.
Okay, good night, Miss and class. I will be presenting on the case study about Cmps becoming a social business. So the summary of the case study. In Chapter 2, Global E-Business and Collaboration, Case 2, Cmps becoming a social business, we find out how IBM social business tools help different types of businesses to become more social and collaborative. So according to the case, IBM is a leading provider of tools for this type of social business. In the first video, IBM portrays Greenwell Couture, a company that uses social business tools to strengthen its global brand and improve collaboration across the organization. It also enables Greenwell Couture to provide its customers with personalized social marketing offers. Additionally, the case study states that modern employees are becoming more comfortable with social media and social networking platforms. However, without the necessary efforts to build a collaborative culture and instill business processes that use social tools, social business is unlikely to take hold within a company. As a result, it is critical for senior management to ensure that employees value collaboration and teamwork. The case also uses the multinational company Cmps with they have 47,000 employees across 50 countries. They use this company to demonstrate the importance of social business to global businesses. Cmps use IBM social tools to create an internal social network for its 47,000 employees, 17,000 of whom had joined. Cmps use the network to enable employees all over the world to contribute to new innovations. Overall, this case study was used to demonstrate how important social business can be in allowing companies to establish relationships, gain information, and improve all aspects of the business. Now for the questions. The first question is, why might social business be especially useful for global companies? Well, social business tools like networking and shared workspaces are important for global companies because they allow people from all parts of the world to connect and contribute to shared solutions while collaborating and doing their work more effectively. The second question is, what were some of the benefits that IBM social tools can provide for businesses like Greenwell Culture? So some benefits that IBM social tools provide businesses like Greenwell Culture include greater productivity, quicker decision making, and improves customer service. It provides every type of employee with different benefits. The third question is, what made Cemex a good candidate for a company-wide social network? Well, Cemex became a good candidate for the countrywide social network because they found major value in going social and improving collaboration among its thousands of employees in more than 49 countries. The company-wide social network also allows its employees around the globe to share ideas and collaborate with each other in contributing to new innovations and ideas. Number 4, what types of things can go wrong when changing the culture of an organization to be more social and collaborative? Well, when changing the culture of an organization to be more social and collaborative, some things could go wrong. For example, if employees do not get good training on how to use social media, they could harm the company or its brand. Also, if employees do not see the essence and importance in a collaborative workplace, social initiatives may not work. Now to the relation of the case study to Belize. Businesses have become to adapt to becoming more social, and in Belize there is no exception. Like Greenwell Culture and Cemex, though not as large, most Belizean businesses, schools, government offices use systems to promote social business and networking. To engage employees, customers, and suppliers, large corporations such as Digi and Smart use social networking platforms and information systems. Because social media is essential for promoting and growing their business, these systems enable Digi and Smart to gain information, grow their marketing, deepen relationships, and improve all aspects of their business, allowing them to remain at the top of the technology chain. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Alyssa. Okay, now in summary, 2 points that you want the class to remember.
That even though most of this generation is really good with using social media and technology, they need to know how to differentiate using social media for personal use and for working in the workplace, as it could affect the business, how they use the social networks.
Thank you. All right, so class, we heard about video conferencing tonight. We heard about how social media is being used to enhance business processes from both presenters, actually. How do you see social media allowing our businesses to be successful today? And if you could give examples, please provide examples. Dejan, you think there's a place for social media in businesses today?
Sarah say yes.
Can you give any examples?
Miss, now I recall right now.
Okay. All right, you can't think of any? So, no,
Miss?
nothing comes to mind?
Miss, for me, I think social media is beneficial because that's how people learn about your business and then they come and support you. Like for me, I just open a business, and because I'm constantly posting on Facebook advertising what we offer, most of the customers they come and because they see my Facebook post.
That's a good example right there. So I know everybody's tired, so we're gonna wrap up. But when we ask about business benefits, as Yamara touched on a very important one, it's going to allow us to perform financially. We have customer service, innovation, quality, and productivity. So go back over the slides and remember these 5 factors. If you can come up with a mnemonic or an acronym to remember this, share it with the class next week. And also remember the different tools that you can use for collaboration. There's virtual worlds. I'm hearing somebody's mic. Oh, somebody's mic is on. Virtual worlds, for example, Second Life, if you know about those 3D animation. Gamers also use virtual worlds too. They connect using their gaming applications, etc. And then there's the collaboration tools that were mentioned in both case studies. So keep those in mind. And 2 final points that I want you to remember is the importance of an information systems department in the organization. So you'll have officers responsible for different aspects of information. You have information security, technology, privacy officers, knowledge officers, etc. And the culture of the organization. So we look at capability and technology used in collaboration, which in the end will directly affect the firm's performance. So you have the link to these slides. You can always come back to the live slides if you ever want to remember what are the folders I need to create and what are some things that I need to remember from chapter 2. You can come back to these. All right, we had a full night tonight, but we had to keep it that way because I won't be seeing you next week. I know you guys are going to miss me, but I hope you have a wonderful week. You enjoy your September celebrations and you get some rest on Monday next week as we mourn the passing of our queen. And I hope that, for the rest of the time that you do get some rest, your students, you work hard, and I hope that you use the time productively. Have a good rest of the evening, guys, and I will see
I have a question, Miss.
you following week. Yes, you have a question?
Yes, Miss. You said Monday we have class?
No class on Monday. Monday the
No,
19th.
Wednesday?
Yes, you know that there's a holiday, right?
Yes. Sorry, I think I heard wrong, so I was just asking because I know Monday and Wednesday is holiday.
Yes, Monday and Wednesday are holidays. See, Anthony had to check. All right, the 26th should be the next time I see you. So that should give you enough time to read what should be in a literature review and start working on preparing just a rough draft. It's not a completed document as yet. All right.
Ma'am,
Yes, one
I
has.
have a question as well, ma'am. For the group assignment that we submit for group 7, for the grading status for that, I see that our one is still not graded. So I'm just following up on it.
Which are you referring to?
The website.
One?
Yes, that's correct, ma'am.
All right, okay, I'm gonna ask you to stay back after class, but I know all the groups should have received a grade. So if you're not seeing a grade, then I need to find out what it is. Okay,
Yeah,
anybody else? No? All right, so we are dismissed. And Juan Jose, you could stay back so that I can see what you are seeing on your screen. But I know your group got a grade.
Okay, miss, good night.
Good
Good
night,
night, miss.
everyone.
Miss.
Good night. All right, I'm looking for your name, Juan Jose. Just a second. Did I send you a message asking you to resubmit the link for your presentation?
Yes, you sent me that, and I resent it. After I resent it, you requested to have access to be able to edit the website, which I granted permission. Which I granted permission, and from there,
Okay,
yes, ma'am.
that might be it then. Because I know I had put up grades, but if I didn't have access to view the site, I think that might have been the hold up. I'm trying to find your name, just a minute. Let's see it here.
It's myself and Tyrell Belial.
Oh, that's why I'm not seeing you. I'm looking in the wrong group. Just a minute.
The group leader was actually Tyrell Belial.
Okay. By the way, have you been seeing him in class?
Tonight I did not see him again, ma'am.
And he's been assisting you with the group project?
With the group project, he's assisting me, ma'am.
Okay, because I haven't been seeing. No, was it Tyler or Tyrell? The names are so. Okay, it's Tyrell Green. Have you been seeing him?
No, I haven't been seeing him in the group, and he's not assisting us in the group assignments as well. So I'm really not sure where he is, and we don't have a contact number for him.
What about Araceli?
Araceli, to be honest, no, I'm not sure if I see her in the class.
Yeah, I haven't been hearing from those two, so I'm not sure what their status is. But would you be able to work, you, Tyler, and Santiago together on the projects? Do you think
Yes,
that
we're actually almost complete already. The three of us are doing it.
Okay.
Because we are working on a branch manager for Social Security Board, and Santiago already got all the information for us. It's just to make the presentation, which Belial is doing at the moment.
Okay, I'm seeing it, Juan Jose. It looks like because I didn't have access, I didn't put in the grade, and then usually I have a schedule. So when I do it in that schedule, so I'm gonna work on this for you. Thank you for bringing it to my attention, so I can update it
ma'am.
for you. All right.
Okay, and thanks. Appreciate it. Good night.
No problem. You have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, same as well, ma'am.